So, most of you know I smoke cigarettes, and I don't suggest anybody smoking to smoke cigarettes, but something needs to kill you. Something needs to kill me, anyways. So, I've never carved myself an ashtray. So, what I'm going to do today is carve myself an ashtray. Now, the thing about this ashtray is I'm going to mold it with a molding, and then I'm going to cast it in epoxy resin when I'm done it. So, that's what I'm going to do. This piece is about, I don't know, what is that, 6 inches, 8 inches across, 7 inches. Mic check. I got to adjust the microphone here. It's like, I don't know, it's 2 inches thick. Wide grain. You can see the grain there. So when you're carving wide grain stuff, it's hard to get the really sharp detail in it. And when you're doing something so when I'm carving this, I have to think like I got to mold it, so I don't want to have any undercuts and stuff like that. But this video is not about molding. This video is about carving. So I got the inside of the ashtray. Let's kind of make it a little bit. This is pretty big, actually. I could have trimmed off this side, got rid of all this wood here. But if you want to make your own ashtray, make your own ashtray. You can make a bowl. You can do whatever you want to do. But what I need to do at first is I need to hollow out in here. All right, the center part. And this is just what I think. It's not. It's do it the way you want to do it. This is just maybe motivate you guys and give you some ideas. Hey, Rick Meisch, I got your card today. Thank you so much for your generosity and your kind words. And I love the card itself. And I've read it a couple times. So thank you very much for that. You will be put into the giveaway, and everybody don't forget it. The giveaway is coming up. I'll share a link in the. If you look back at my last 20 videos, I got like 10 carvings I'm going to give away for people that chip in, and a couple carvings that I just made for people that can't afford to chip in. So yeah, that's that. I'll post something. I'll share something tomorrow about it. This will be Saturday's video. Anyways, let's stop wasting time. I had this Dremel cutter in my hand, but I don't like it. So I got the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. These are my go-to. This is my go-to burr. This is what I use 90%, 80% of the time when I'm carving. See the spikes on these Kutzalls? Just go to the description below, and it will take you to the Kutzall site. And this is the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. I think for the new carvers, I think if you get the Extreme, you get the original, the silver one, and you get the gold one. You get one of each of these, you'll be off to the races. But this one's definitely the most aggressive. Now, this Dremel one that I had in my hand, I don't really like it too much. It's stainless steel. It's not tungsten steel. I don't know. But it leaves way worse cut marks in the wood than these Kutzalls do. That's just my opinion. Do what you want to do. So I'm going to scoop this out, hollow it out in here so we have a thing for the cigarettes to go in. Maybe I'll shape this. I think I'm going to carve a wood spirit on this side and maybe some skulls. Who knows? So I'm using the Dremel 4000. Any Dremel will work with the Dremel flex shaft. You can buy the cheap Wen rotary tool on Amazon, and it fits to the Dremel flex shaft. I suggest this Dremel flex shaft. There's another good type too, Forge. I forget the name of it, but it's a good flex shaft too. But let's start digging in here and hollowing out this wood. Okay, so I got the outline cut in there. I got to go deeper. But this is my Fordham, for all you don't know. So this holds the 1/4 inch bits. I'll show you the handpiece. So I run the Fordham SR series. So here's your Dremel. Ow, that's hot. Here's your Dremel, and here's your Fordham. So you can see how much bigger that is. Now, if these bits hit you with the Dremel, it's going to leave a little scuff. But if this bit hits you with the Fordham, well, it's going to remove some skin, like kind of cauterize it. It's not going to send you to the hospital. I do not suggest wearing gloves with this, because if this catches the glove, these little spikes, it's going to be a lot worse than hitting your skin. I suggest if you are going to use gloves, get some smooth leather gloves so when it hits it, it just bounces off and the leather acts like a layer of skin. It's a Dremel SR series as I run. Where's the foot pedal? Now you see what I'm carving here with this Fordham? We see what I'm carving here with this Fordham? It can kick back. So if you keep your thumb here, it kicks back, you're going to hit your thumb, right? But if you hold your thumb down here, hold it some way where if it kicks back, it's going to slide past. That's a good way to avoid being cut. Or, so you're cutting up here, hold your thumb down here so if it kicks back, it's out of the way. All right, so here you guys can see the depth I got cut in there. Could be a soup dish too. I already made a soup dish, and I kind of learned from my mistakes on my soup dish. So, like where my thumb is, the inside of the ashtray or the soup dish, there's not really much reason to carve anything in there. But you can see how wide that grain is. I thought for the epoxy, because I got to think of the epoxy pour when I'm and the molding when I'm doing this. I thought if I burn it and give it the Show Susie pooped her pants, well, it's called Show Susie ban. That's how you can get the grain to really pop. Like it's like the heart. See the dark spots and the light spots? They'll really separate. But what you have to do is you have to burn it deep. I hope this piece does not crack, but if it does, I have super glue. Also, I got this cut on my knuckle. I got to tape it up. It's friggin' hurting me, man. It's not hurting me. It's just bothering me. Anyways, I'm going to burn it, and then I'm going to hit it with this Scotch-Brite. That's how you do the Show Susie ban. Pooped her pants to get the grain to pop. You cannot burn it, then sand it with sandpaper because, well, you'll sand the stuff things away. So use Scotch-Brite or a nylon brush to get the highs and low points out. All right. And I also thought about, I forget what I thought about. It's friggin' like 2 in the afternoon here. It's super muggy and hot and smoky for all the forest fires. For you don't know, I live in British Columbia, Canada, in Delta, and there is lots of forest fires right now. And the smoke comes kind of for the love of. The smoke comes to where I live kind of sometimes, sort of. Anyways, burn it deep. Grew Deep says burn it deep. I figured I'd burn it now before I did the carvings. I think I'm just going to blast on a couple wood spirits on the outside, maybe a flower or something. I figured I'd do the burning now and do this in a well-ventilated area. I better open the window here. Burn it deep now before I do the carving because, well, I don't want to burn any of the detail of carving away because this cedar is so soft. The softer the wood, when you're doing the wood burning, the softer the wood, the more you can burn your details right away. Because sometimes you want sharp points in your carving, like when you're doing eyebrow hairs or something with your wood spirits. I was going to carve some a wood spirit for a video today, but I says, you know what? I've always wanted to do an ashtray, so here I am doing an ashtray. And you'll be able to use this wood ashtray too. Okay, I'll get all this burning done. And then we'll hook up this, turn our Dremel down, and clean it all up. Okay, so let's see if you guys can see here. You see how it's like cracked there? Sorry, I'm going to tape this up so you guys don't have to look the scab on my knuckle right now all the time. But you see how there's like they call that crocodile or alligator skin. When you burn it so deep, you get the black chars in there and it's all cracked like alligator skin or whatever it is. So that's that. Now, here's a sanding mandrel just like this, okay? You get these on Amazon. You get like 5 of them for $10. Okay, this is just Scotch-Brite. I cut it. This is 3M Scotch-Brite. This is also in my Amazon store. I buy a box of it at a time. They come in pads. You just cut it up into little pieces, and then you put it on your sanding mandrel. Turn your Dremel down because you will really fry your Dremel. Trust me. Before I realized, Jordy, why are you frying all your Dremels? Well, I didn't turn them down when I used this, and next thing you know, you're using this full blast. This is lots of friction on the motor for the Dremel. Next thing you know, you look over and your Dremel's smoking. Trust me, been there, done that lots of times. Turn her down. Just my opinion, don't have to. Also, wear your dust mask. I got my dust mask on. Okay, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see in the video, but these are bumpy. Like you see that dark spot in the grain right here? That's where the tree grew in the winter, and this white stuff is the summertime. It grows faster in the summertime, less in the winter, right? So those black bumps there is the grain, and it's harder. But you can see, I don't know if you guys can see in the video, but down here, I didn't quite burn enough to get rid of my cut marks. So I think I did it all the way around pretty good. I think I just need to reburn around here and clean those areas up, and then repeat. Yep. So now you can see the bumps in there. This is a pretty neat piece of wood. So I'm kind of thinking it's such a friggin' hot sauna in my carving room right now. I'm full body sweating. Maybe I'll just burn this whole piece. And you'll see the grains, and I'll clean it up really good. The more you go over it with your Scotch-Brite, I'm telling you, sometimes it really sucks to do, but the more you go over it for your chainsaw carvings too, or whatever, your bigger carvings, the more you go over it, the more you're going to get the colors to pop. Now, my question is, like, yeah, sure, I could burn this whole thing, and then it would be awesome to just a cool ashtray. Give it a good, you could even epoxy it or give it a good few clear coats. But how will it look when I do the mold, then I do the epoxy pour? Will you be able to see each individual grain, and what color do I do the pour? So I think, you know what, just, screw it, have a good time. Enjoy yourself, try new things, experiment. Just here for the end grain where I'm going to do it, the end grain kind of splits a bit. It's hard to explain. It doesn't really split, but it will kind of get these little cracks in it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this end grain really good, then take it outside, burn it, clean it, and then that will be it. That's because I think it's pretty cool as it is, and I think most of you guys will agree, and girls, and whatever you want to be in the world today. So I went outside and spent about another 10 minutes burning it deep. You can see the cracks on the end there. Oh, it does that. Now I'm going to repeat the stuff with Scotch-Brite, but I'm not going to film because it makes my camera black. This butane torch, they're really good for people that are doing Dremel carvings. Just see a can of butane in here. fill it up on the bottom, and they last quite a long time. So you can get lots of different styles of those on Amazon. Now, okay, let's clean her up. Okay, so now you can see all the. I think sometimes when you get little dips in there, that's when the wood's burning a little bit too much. But I don't care; it adds character. Like right in here, or you can see it better right here. It's when you've burnt it too much, and then you take your torch away, you move the torch over here, but it's still smoldering. There. The ends aren't too bad. You guys, I don't think you guys will be able to see on the video, but it's super bumpy. It's this is really soft cedar. So let's give you the full 360 here. Now, when I was cleaning it, I was thinking, should I give it the little cigarette holder things like cutout? And I think I'm going to do that because it will give it more character. It will give the wood more movement. You'll see more of this stuff. So I just got one of the gold silver burr. So I'm going to cut those in, just like a little dent right here. I'm going to cut that in and then reburn it and re-thing it and redo it. Yep. Alrighty, so here we go. Now, the more time that you, like I said earlier, the more time that you spend buffing it, you're going to get the whites and the darks to pop, like here, here, here. And let's see how bumpy it is. See how bumpy it is? I don't know if you guys can see on the video, but it's super bumpy. Now, there's the cuts that I did for the cigarettes, 2 here, and 2 on this side. Got a cigarette. Perfect. 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 And perfect. Now, let's see if we can ruin this piece. I got some dollar store red paint. I've done the Show Susie band before, and I've painted it red. I've painted it blue. I've painted it green. I really love the red color when you do this. It makes me think of native art. Yes, it does. So, also, when you're using, say, that Scotch Brite stuff on the sanding mandrel like this, it's easy to what's it called? Make like burn marks on it. So yeah, get all the black stuff off first. Hit it heavy, then hit it really light because you're going to see little burn marks in it. That does, what is it? Varnish it. But if you hold it really light to the piece and do it in circles, just kind of like this, you'll get rid of, like here, super soft, you'll get rid of those burning marks. Now, what I do with this paint is I don't have a smaller brush. This is like way too big, but I just put the paint on and then I rub it off with a rag. Come on. Yep. And I'm like not making this piece for anybody but myself. So, you know, the more you try different things, the more you're going to know what you like and what you don't like. For the very beginners or even experienced, some people might be like, oh no, you ruined it. Well, if I'm making this for myself and I know that I love the colors when it does this, I didn't ruin it. I know exactly how it's going to look. You know, the native colors are also green, blue. I could have done yellow. I thought I thought about it a little bit. I thought I wanted to do this one red. So that's just kind of the story, and I'm sticking to it. So make sure you get it in everywhere. And I got a rag on my lap. And doesn't matter if you get this acrylic paint on your hands, it will wash off easy. And just wipe her clean. Now look at those colors. Look at that. Booyah! Booyah! Okay, I'll finish wiping this all clean, and I'll be back. So that's going to be it for this one. So you can really see the bumps there now. I gave it 2 coats of a clear coat, the rest Oldham stuff. I will show you guys in a second. It's the matte finish. Now I'm wondering to myself, this is the stuff I use all the time for indoor stuff. Oh, hi Glenn, out there in Quebec. Oh no, yeah, there you go. No, hi Glenn, out there in Quebec. Oui, oui, un, deux, trois. Rust Oldham stuff. Is it worth it for me to pour this and make a mold of it? Will it look cool with the bumps and stuff like there? Because you're not going to get the colors the way I got the colors on this one. Does that make sense to you? Is it worth it for me to mold it so you can see the bumps and it's just like a natural? Maybe I could mold it brown and then do like a black wash or something. So it kind of gives you the effect of wood. But there you go, everybody. That's how you make a ashtray or a bowl. Show Susie pooped her pants. Carve Fusion. Yeah, I'm going to mold this. I just got to order the molding stuff. I don't think I have enough here. Carve Fusion. Don't poop your pants. No, that's my favorite part right here. Right here. Anyways,